Hello and welcome to this video where I talk about the top 5 accessories for the Insta360 X4, and do stay to the end because I'm going to talk about an accessory which I think most people will buy but I really don't think they need for the Insta360 X4. So I'm going to assume that you already have a selfie stick, because you do need a selfie stick for the Insta360 X4. So the selfie stick is not going to be included as an accessory, but something that is going to be included is the Insta360 magnetic selfie stick holder. You screw your selfie stick into this bit on the top. This bracket attaches to a sleeve on something like a backpack, and all you do is you just twist and pull this out, and then you just slot it back in, and it holds it in place. So you can see here that I've mounted the mount onto my backpack like so, and it is held securely, and it allows me to have my hands free to do things. And then when I need to use my X4, all I have to do is twist and pull it off, and I'm free to use the X4. Now this can be used for other cameras. It doesn't have to be used for an Insta360X camera like the X3 or the X4. It could be used for the Ace Pro, for example, or a GoPro. I do find this quite fiddly to fit. Once it's on, it's really useful, but it can be quite fiddly to fit, unfortunately. So slots in and it holds your camera secure, and it's quite comfortable, but it is really designed for backpacks and it is very expensive at £50. Now the next accessory is the bullet time cord, and all this is really is a bit of retractable string with a tripod socket on the end. So you just fit this into your Insta360 X4, and this will work for the X3 and the One X2. And you hold this and you swing your 360 camera around your head and it will record bullet time. You need to be in the right settings though, and on the X4 you need to go to 360 mode and you need to select bullet time, and the options we have for bullet time are 5.7K in 120 frames per second, or if you drop down to 3K you get 240 frames per second. So you can get some really good slow motion that encompasses the whole area. So you do need this. Unfortunately, there are other accessories that do exactly the same thing, but I think this is the better one. The next accessory I would recommend is the quick reader. Now you can get an Insta360 X3 and X4 quick reader. This is the quick reader for the Go 3 and the Go 3S, and it does exactly the same thing because it has an SD card slot. So all you need to do is take the SD card out of the Insta360 X4, plug it into here, and you can plug it into a phone, a tablet, or a laptop. So not only can you quickly access your files, but you can also edit in the mobile app, because you can keep your connection to the internet because you are not connecting over Wi-Fi to your X4. You can use all the templates in the app much better and much quicker than if you were connecting over Wi-Fi. The last two accessories for the Insta360 X4 come together because they are very related, and it is the X4 audio adapter. Now unfortunately the X3 or the One X2's audio adapter will not work with the Insta360 X4, so every time you buy a new 360 camera from Insta360 you seem to need to buy a new audio adapter. To get it to work, you take the barn door off your X4 and you just click this into the USB-C slot, and now you can accept external audio through a 3.5mm jack. Now you might be saying, why not just use a Bluetooth microphone? I've done lots of testing on the Bluetooth microphones like AirPods and like the new DJI Mic Mini and the DJI Mic 2, and the audio you get from them isn't very good on the X4 and it's prone to dropping out, and that is the same with the X3. So it is slightly risky to use a Bluetooth microphone over Bluetooth. It's much more reliable and much higher quality to use a microphone through this audio adapter. And the final accessory that goes with the X4's audio adapter is the Movo microphone set. Now I have the dual mic set, but I can't fit all that in my hand. You've got a wireless transmitter which clips onto you. It acts as a wireless microphone, and you've got a wireless receiver. Now why this is so much better than other ones, it's not really for its audio quality because all these mics sound the same, but you can plug it in like this to the Insta360 X4's audio adapter, and not only does that make it cable free, but it means it doesn't get in the stitch line because it nicely fits between the lenses, and when this fits between the lenses it doesn't get in the stitch line. If I did that and put it the other way, it would appear in the stitch line and it would appear in your 360 video, and it will look quite ghastly. So this is a way to have really good audio when you're using the selfie stick in 360 and not get anything in the stitch line to ruin the shot. So it's now 9 o'clock and I'm out at 9 o'clock in the UK in the snow, because when I got home from yesterday's recording I found that the audio recording hadn't worked on this specific test, so I'm back out doing it again. So I'm out using the Insta360 X4 with the audio adapter and the Movo wireless mic set. So it is a absolutely horrible cold and wet day. It's people out at this time are just dog walkers and YouTubers. Everyone else is staying at home, tucked up in bed, but I'm out walking about in the snow and I think it's going to rain very soon. So we can see to the left of me the river is quite high at the moment, which is a little bit of a concern. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test the audio of the X4 without the Movo mic set, just as a way of comparison for you. So I'm using me mode in the forward facing orientation, so it faces away from me, and the audio is being picked up by the Insta360 X4's internal cameras, internal microphones only. I'm not using external microphone, I'm just using the internal mics on the X4, which are pretty good actually. The internal mics are pretty good. I've walked down here because over here you can see a river, it's overflowing, and you might not be able to see, but really far, a little bit behind that, there's flowing water, a bit like a waterfall really, which is creating some background noise. So it'll be interesting to see how the X4 deals with that on its own. But like I say, the audio recording didn't work yesterday for whatever reason, so I'm back out doing it again today. Thank you. So I'm just using the single lens now, because one thing I've noticed watching the recording back is there's a lot of noise of me trampling on the snow. So please bear in mind that in both of the videos I am walking and I am trampling on snow. So you're not typically going to get that in your video where you're filming. Thank you. Now when you buy the Insta360 X4, you get this really good case, and you also get protective and removable lens guards for the X4. So I actually think you don't need to buy the lens guard cover. For the X3 and the One X2, I've always recommended getting this cover. However, I don't think you need it for the X4 because the case is so good and you've got removable lens guards. Interestingly, if you do put this on, you will struggle to get it into the case. So I recommend not spending the money on this, although it's not much money. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and do check out this X4 video now.